Now time for phonics. Block A, block A, A.
Block A, A.
Single A says A.
Single A says A.
A blank E says A.
Second B says A.
EY says A.
EY says A.
EIGH says A.
AJH says A.
AI says A.
AI says A.
And AY says A.
AY says A.
Bouncing ball, bouncing ball, b.
Bouncing ball, bouncing ball, b.
Single B says B.
Single B says B.
Camera, k.
Camera, k.
Single C says K.
Single C says K.
Blank CK says K.
Blank K says K.
Single K says K.
Single K says K.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur,
Single D says D.
Single D says D.
Blocky, E.
Blocky, E.
Single E says E.
Single E says
E
E.
blank E says E.
Blank E says E.
E says E.
E says E.
EA says E.
EA says E.
Two-syllable Y says E.
Two-syllable Y says E.
And IE says E.
IE says E.
Funny fan.
Funny fan.
Single F says F.
Single F says F.
PH says F.
PH says F.
Gopher. G.
Gopher, G.
Single G says G.
Single G says G.
Hound dog.
Hound.
Single H says H.
Single H says H.
Block I.
Block I.
Single I says I.
Single I says I.
I blank E says I.
Blank E says I.
IE says I.
IE says I.
IGH says I.
IGH says
One
I.
syllable Y says I.
Syllable I says I.
Jump rope. J.
Jump rope, J.
DGE says J.
DE says J.
Single J says J.
Single J says J.
GE says J.
GE says J.
GI says J.
GI says J.
And GY says J.
And GY says J.
Lion. O.
Lion, O.
Single L says O.
Single L says
On your
O.
bottom. Monkey.
Monkey.
Single M says
Single M says
MB says
MB says
Nest.
Nest.
Single N says
Single N says
KN says
KN says
Blocko. O.
Blocko.
Single O says O.
Single O says O.
O blank E says O.
O blank E says O.
OW says O.
O says
And
O.
OA says O.
And O says O.
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Single P says P.
Single P says P.
Quacking duck. Quack.
Quacky duck, quack.
QU says quack.
QU says quack.
Robot.
Robot.
Single R says
Single R says
WR says
WR says
Sausage.
Sausage.
Single S says
Single S says
CE says
CE says
CI says
CI says
CY says
CY says
Timer.
Timer.
Single T says
Single T says
Block you. U.
Block you.
Single U says you.
Single U says you.
U like E says you.
U like E says you.
EW says you.
EW says you.
And UE says you.
UE says you.
Vacuum.
Vacuum.
Single V says V.
Single V says
Washer. What?
Washer.
Single W says what?
Single W says what?
Exit.
Exit.
Single X says
Single X says
yak. Yup.
yak.
Single Y says yes.
Single Y says yeah.
Zipper. Zzz.
Zipper.
Single Z says
Single Z says
S at the end says.
S at the end says.
Now here are the short vowels coming at you.
Now here are short vowels coming at you.
Lamb. Single A says a.
Single A says a.
A. Single E says a.
Single E says a.
EA says a.
EA says a.
Pig.
Pig.
Single I says it.
Single I says it.
Fox.
Fox.
Single O says a.
Single O says a.
Tugboat. Single U says a.
Single U says a.
One dotted A says a. One dotted E says a. One dotted O says a. Now here are more sounds coming at you.
Now here are more sounds coming at you.
Shell.
Shell.
CI says.
CI says.
SH says.
SH.
TI says.
TI says.
Thimble.
Thimble.
TH says. Chipmunk. CH says. TCH says. Well. WH says what? Gone. NG says
G says
skunk. NK says
The K says unk.
Or stork.
Or stork.
Oh, R says or.
R says or.
Armadillo. Okay, R says R.
R says R.
Bird.
Bird.
R says
R says R.
R says
R says R.
R says R.
R says R.
Ooh, goose.
Good.
Double O says ooh.
O says oo.
UE says ooh.
says oo.
Single U says ooh.
U says oo.
EW says ooh.
says oo.
And you Blakey says you.
Cookie says oo.
Foot.
Foot.
Double O says up.
O says up.
Ow, cow.
Cow.
OW says out.
W says out.
OU says out.
Says out.
Hawk.
Hawk.
AW says off.
W says out.
AU says off.
Says out.
Oi, coil. OI says oi.
I says o.
OY says oi.
I says o.
And the vowel signals E, I, and Y hit the vowel before and make them say their name.
And the vowel signal E, I, Y.